That's our boys right there. Big old C-130 flying through. So for this first one, I'm not going to be on location for it since it's on a military installation. But the very first thing I recommend is to go check out F.E. Warren's Missile Base Museum. Now, F.E. Warren is one of the biggest missile bases in the country, located in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We have a rich military history here. Since it's so remote, it's the ideal place for missiles, which is why it was chosen. But there we have a huge museum dedicated where you can see the building of the Minuteman III missiles, among other military assets, and kind of the development of F.E. Warren's history and the details of how they built the missiles and strategic benefits of Wyoming, why we have a rich history of it. I think it's a very cool place to check out. I haven't been there personally, but if you have been there, please let me know because I want to learn more about it. Over here, just on the little mini beach of Lions Park, talking about number 2 point that I recommend for my service members is Cheyenne Frontier Days. Now, of course, we probably talked about Cheyenne Frontier Days many times in our videos. It's one of our greatest attractions and actually happens pretty close to Lions Park. I'm not actually in the park right now, but if you go behind me, used to be the Botanical Garden Children's Museum. If you keep going past that, you'll see Frontier Days Park. Lions Park is a great central location for these places. F.E. Warren is on the other side of the park, and then what I just pointed to is where Frontier Days Park is. Now known as the biggest outdoor rodeo, it's a huge attraction, along with parades, concerts, and other little pop-up events that we do, bringing different vendors and merchandise of all kinds. Now, there's a lot of discounts for military members, and you can get free seats and tickets for concerts and shows with vet ticks. That's what my mother uses. She was in the military, so I come from a long lineage of it. And it's a great way to go check out some free concerts. This dog is crazy. It's his first time at the park, so he's really having a blast. He just wants to smell everything and meet a bunch of new friends. But on to talking point number 3. So another place we can mention is Kurt Gowdy State Park, located about 30 minutes outside Cheyenne on Happy Jack Road near the Air Force Base. Is Kurt Gowdy with a Crystal Reservoir and Granite Reservoir. Great if you're an outdoorsy person. You want to go fishing, you want to go boating, kayaking, hiking, mountain biking. If you're looking for materials and a place to spend that per diem check, that is where you want to go. I see a new mountain bike in your future, and Kurt Gowdy is the place to use it. They'll even allow small boats on the lake, so it's not exclusive to kayaks. I've been to Kurt Gowdy many a times. Next to Vidavoo too, if you're into rock climbing. Super awesome rock climbing location. The granite is well liked by rock climbers around the world. People come here just to do the rock climbing. So absolutely recommend Kurt Gowdy if you're looking to kind of get away from everybody on the town. But you don't want to do a 2-hour drive to a cool camping spot because it's just right on your backyard. That's our boys right there. Big old C-130 flying through. Now, if you're a history buff, this next location is definitely for you. It's our Wyoming State Museum. Pretty similar to the F.E. Warren Base Museum, except this one is a lot more about Wyoming's culture and the different territories of Wyoming, the different natives that lived here. We're called the last frontier for a reason. We had a lot of native population here. Cheyenne is named after a tribe, the Cheyenne tribe. A place where you can learn about our state dinosaur. We have some fossils here since Wyoming used to be under the water way back when we were all one country, like some Pangea days. That's where a lot of our weird rock formations came from, such as Vidavoo, is the fact that we did have that underwater geography. You can find lots of fossils here as well. The Triceratops is our state dinosaur. And once again, you get free admission going into the Wyoming State Museum because you're a military member and you deserve it. So that's another place I highly recommend for families to go. Very interactive for children. I went there plenty of times with my family and when I was going to school here. So it's a fun place to go. I highly recommend checking out the State Museum. It's not super big, but it's enough and it teaches you a lot about our history if you're a big history buff. Now we get to the last and final point, number 5. If you go about 5 blocks south from the Wyoming History Museum, you'll be in Cheyenne's historic downtown, which is one of the greatest places to be. It mixes a blend of modern and old with Cheyenne's history. We were a big time railroad town back in the day. People would cut right through and deliver goods. But the train tracks are located pretty much right through the middle of town. It's a very impactful place in our history. We have a whole dedicated depot museum next to the plaza. It's hopping during the summer. Every Fridays we do the plaza. There's plenty of bars to see if you're into live music. I'm a big time music guy. I play bass for 2 bands now, so I'm usually always downtown during the summer. It's a great place to get drinks, get a bite to eat, bring friends, bring a date. The list goes on. If you're into history, we have murals painted all around the buildings that tell different stories and pieces of history from Cheyenne. It still gives you the joy of learning about the old stuff and also enjoying it with newer stuff as well. No matter your age, you can bring kids, your grandma, your dogs, your family. It's a wonderful place to go. And coming into the very last thing to do, number 5, located, if you keep going south of the History Museum, about 5 blocks, you'll get to our historic downtown, which is where a lot of our rich history is located. Since we were located centrally in the country, we're a huge railroad town. The train tracks cut right through the town. You can go see the Depot Museum.
Thanks for watching.
Now watch this. Now watch this. Now watch this.